Excuse me. Do you think you can just casually walk right into my cell?
What brings you here today, weird human being?
Oh, my name is Timmy Turner, and I come to this cell for my biology project. Now, if you don't mind...
No, no, and no. Who do you think you are? We should just blast you right out into space.
You absolutely cannot do that.
But why? Who are you anyway?
We're fairies, Cosmo.
I'm Wanda.
And we're the guards of the cell,
also
known as a cell membrane.
What's a cell membrane?
Well, let me give you a beautiful...
So, let me explain you the basic functions of a cell membrane. Cell membrane, also known as the plasma membrane, is the outermost part of the cell that is in charge of regulating and controlling the molecules that enter or leave the cell. Also, it is in charge of the interaction between the outside environment and within the cell. However, most importantly, cell membrane have attached proteins with embedded proteins in it, which are attached to carbohydrate strings, which give each cell a unique identification.
Way to cut me off, Wanda. That seriously hurt my feelings.
Wow, learning about the plasma membrane is so much more interesting than learning about the cell itself. So the plasma membrane is like a wall around the cell?
No, it is much more complex than that.
Wanda, don't cut me off this time.
Fine, let Cosmo explain this one.
Well, let's see. Cell membrane is made up of phospholipids, which consist of two parts, a hydrophilic phosphate head and two hydrophobic fatty acid tails.
What's hydrophilic and hydrophobic?
I seriously wonder who your bio teacher is. Hydrophilic means water-loving, while hydrophobic means water-fearing. Because fatty acids are made up of non-polar molecules, they tend to hate associating with water, which are polar molecules.
Anyways, the phospholipids are positioned so that the heads are facing outwards and the tails are facing inwards. This results in a double layer, which is known as a phospholipid bilayer.
Oh, so that's the structure of a plasma membrane?
Mm-hmm. Any questions?
Well, I still don't get how the cell membrane functions. Like, how is a shield semi-permeable?
Do you even know what the word semi-permeable means?
No, my teacher, Mr. Zhang, just emphasized it over and over in class.
Semi-permeable is a characteristic that the cell membrane has that allows them to reject certain molecules. This keeps the cell safe because we don't just let anyone in.
So how do the substances get inside the cell?
Well, you can thank integral proteins for that. Integral proteins, specifically transport proteins, act as pores or channels that let molecules in or out of the cell. Also, there are receptor proteins, which attaches to substances outside the cell and signifies a change to be made within the cell. However, receptor and transport proteins aren't the only proteins embedded on the cell membrane. There also is cell surface markers, which are proteins attached to carbohydrate strings, which, as we said before, gives each cell a unique identification. And lastly, there are peripheral proteins, such as enzymes, that are used to catalyze the chemical reaction that happens within the cell.
Oh, okay, I get it.
That's great, but let me ask you this. Is the cell membrane more like a liquid or solid?
That one's easy. It's definitely more like a solid.
Oh, you're wrong. Cell membrane tends to act more like a fluid than a solid. It is because these fatty acids are free-flowing, therefore the lipids and proteins within the cell membrane move laterally, which is known also as a fluid mosaic molecule.
Oh, so the lateral movement causes the lipids and the proteins to be constantly moving?
Correct.
Wow, I see. So, do you guys mind if I just go on through now?
Well, considering the fact that you're the only humans to stay and listen to the whole lecture, go ahead.
I still think we should blast it out of space.
Shut up with your nonsense. Go ahead, Timmy, and good luck on your bio project.
Thank you.